What's up, everyone? Wanted to make a quick video and talk about a piece of content that just got put out on X from a presentation I was giving to a group of people who were newer, crypto curious, but wanting to get deeply involved in the crypto ecosystem. This is a presentation that I put together to really explain, one, the value creation that is going to be associated with the cryptocurrency industry, but maybe more importantly, why I thought that value would flow directly to Ripple and XRP. Now, I want you guys to watch this video before you take a look at the infographic that I put out there, because I think it's going to really help you understand exactly what you're looking at, and I want to explain my thinking before you really dive into it. Now, right now, this thing is going absolutely viral because I think it really depicts something that's oftentimes hard to put into words. But it's really why any specific cryptocurrency, any specific investment has unique and bespoke value over other cryptocurrencies or other assets in the financial system we are ushering ourselves into. The truth of the matter is I think a lot of people understand some core, simple concepts. The rails from the traditional financial system are breaking down and essentially not going to be the thing that we're using 10 years from now. The rails, the pieces of the financial system built in the 1960s, right? Those things are severely outdated. I don't think there's too many people who need to be convinced of that. I think a lot of people out there, probably a smaller group though than the first group we just talked about, also see that cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, are going to be a key solution in the transformation that we're witnessing. Now, if you're watching this video right now, I take it you probably don't need to be sold on cryptocurrency being a really big part and piece of the revolution we're heading into. I think while there's still some debate on that front, especially from people who are really not exposed to crypto, I think the truth is the facts speak for themselves. Stablecoin transactions right now are essentially processing more value than Visa and are close to surpassing the ACH networks. These are systems and companies that have dominated the payment infrastructure since the 1970s, and stablecoins passed them in 4 years of existence. To miss and not understand the growth that we're seeing and the value proposition that is being created through this exponential growth is ignoring reality and a lack of understanding of the environment we're in. Cryptocurrency technology offers a transaction set and settlement instance that is vastly more efficient than anything we have ever seen before. It's a step function change in the way we process and move value. It's the Internet of Value. This core concept is so important to set up the more important piece of what I want to talk about, because you need to understand that at the end of the day, efficiency is why crypto will ultimately win. There's a million different things that cryptocurrencies are going to usher in, products we've never seen before that never existed and didn't make sense. But the truth is we don't even have to speculate on all those different things, right? We don't even have to speculate on the use cases that cryptocurrencies can drive. The truth is when you're a financial institution and you are running products that have certain costs associated with them, when you scale those costs across trillions of dollars, even a step function change in a couple basis points equates to billions of dollars over a specific product in the traditional markets that we have it today. What does that mean? That means if I am running something like a money market, a bond, if I am running any kind of financial product in the market today, and you tell me, hey, I can save you a basis point, 2 basis points, 4 basis points, 5 basis points, 10 basis points on that specific product, yes, it's not a big deal for a single client, a single customer, right? Some people might get excited about it, but the truth is it scales across trillions of dollars in a really big way. For the people and firms ushering and creating these products, that is where the efficiency, that capital efficiency, makes a very, very big difference. So not even getting into the exciting things that are happening in crypto, right? The super cool things that really makes me think that the crypto financial system we're heading into is going to be 100 times bigger than the financial system we have right now. Not even getting into those super exciting things, just the capital efficiency of being able to settle value instantaneously for fractions of a cost of what you get in the traditional financial system, that alone should tell you that capital is going to go to the place where it's best used. Capital is going to go to the place where it's most efficient. Capital is going to go to the place where it's best deployed. And that is going to be in places that allow that capital to have not only next generation opportunities, but next generation feature sets that just make it better. Right now, crypto is exploding in the amount of people coming in because it is a better system, full stop. The rails are better, they're more efficient, which means huge savings and advancements across the entire financial industry. You need to understand that. The people who don't see that taking place, the people who don't understand that that capital efficiency alone is going to completely, and I mean completely, gut all the assets out of the old analog system and put them on the new digital system, just the capital efficiency alone of what these crypto networks offer over the outdated legacy systems we're exposed to today is enough that any single person in my mind should be able to fully comprehend the value set that crypto is bringing and why that is going to be a place that you need to be positioned. But maybe the most important part, and the thing that the infographic I made specifically talks about, is the piece that I think most people get wrong. The thing that people don't truly understand about where we're headed. The truth is that the biggest players in the room that hold the trillions of dollars of capital, who are seeking efficiency, who are needing to upgrade their products, upgrade their infrastructure, those players haven't necessarily made the move yet. There's a lot of different reasons you can attribute to that. It's clarity, it's lack of sophistication of proper products, there's feature sets missing from crypto. We're not there yet. We're extremely close, but we're not there yet. The thing that I think is going to be a huge change in delivering the vision of taking the assets from the old system, from the old guard, and bringing it to the new system is the tentacles Ripple has created that wrap around each specific part of the traditional financial system as we know it. Ripple bought custody with Mataco. Ripple bought payments with RippleNet. Ripple came in and they built Ripple Prime on Prime brokerage. They own Treasury when it comes to G Treasury. Ripple has systematically introduced their own product sets and acquired core functionality to a legacy existing financial system, right? Ripple's not saying, hey, here's this brand new thing that you don't need right now, go adopt this. What Ripple is saying is, hey, you have already adopted Ripple whether you know it or not. Whether we own our custody, whether we own your prime brokerage, whether we own your treasury, or whether you are onboarding into products that we've created like RippleNet that don't necessarily directly tie into XRP just yet, we already have our tentacles deeply ingrained into what you're doing. We already have the bridges to be able to transfer value from the old system to the new system, and that new system, in Ripple's case, via those tentacles, via those bridges, comes directly to the XRP ledger. This is the piece that I think people haven't yet wrapped their head around. People look at the success of the blockchain networks that exist today by what companies and what institutions are utilizing any specific blockchain. But that completely ignores the fact that 99% of the value that's going to be brought to crypto hasn't been brought over yet. The truth is that the vast majority of the value in the world today still sits on the legacy analog rails that are going to be disrupted as we previously talked about. And the question is if you can accept that that disruption is going to happen, where is it going to end up? My argument is that because of the tentacles Ripple has created that are grabbing and wrapping around the traditional financial system as we know it today, there's only one path for a lot of this value. and that is ultimately to come to the XRP ledger. What Ripple has done is they have created a stranglehold over the old guard, but a pathway to sovereignty as well. Ripple has systematically acquired and built product sets that these financial institutions are going to rely on. Ripple has created product sets that are going to lead these financial institutions to the XRP ledger, because that is the solution that Ripple has at the center of everything it does. Ripple right now isn't focused on that center piece because Ripple knows that they don't have to. Ripple understands that the end goal of everything is XRP and the XRP ledger. It is, at the end of the day, the beating heart of everything we just talked about. It's only significant and it's only important because of XRP. Without XRP, none of this is new, none of it's interesting, none of it is transforming any part of the financial system. So what has Ripple done? They have created the tentacles to wrap around the industry and pull them over to the XRP ledger by acquiring and creating systematically important infrastructure in the places they do business today. So that as those businesses come over to the place where they will do business tomorrow, one path leads to the XRP ledger. That is what Ripple is building, and Ripple knows that the inevitability of this has already been determined. All Ripple needs to do is acquire the trust of these players in the traditional system for where they enter and how they enter the new system. Ripple's tentacles around the entire industry, in my opinion, have already led to the mass adoption of XRP. When those financial institutions make the decision to come over because they have to, because of the capital efficiency that cryptocurrency and DLT technology offers, there's only going to be one place for them to go. This is what I believe is the holy grail of the investment thesis behind something like XRP and what Ripple is doing. The inevitability of where we're headed is clear. But the truth is that was the same thing for the internet. How did you pick systematically important winners when the infrastructure today was so hard to determine? Well, the truth is it's a lot easier than I think many people make it out to be. You can see who is strategically positioned in what place to garner and attract and build most of the value in this new system we're heading into. And guys, the truth is those product sets that already are in place by a player like Ripple that don't use DLT and blockchain technology just yet, those are the bridges that leads to the transformation we're talking about. So guys, sit back, get ready, take a look at the infographic that I'm talking about here. I think you're really gonna see that bigger picture of exactly where XRP goes over the long run, exactly what Ripple is doing to attract that value. And I think you're really gonna start to understand that while there's a lot of different horses in the race, there's a couple horses that have already paved the path to win the race. I believe that is what we're seeing. That is where the value is being created. And that's why XRP is strategically positioned to win the biggest. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. For now, Mickle out.